Oh, hello guys, it's me, Casely607, back on something new. Now, I actually did roll my bicycle, and this is the pretty much old vintage bicycle that folds up, like point back. This part comes apart, this folded, this takes off. It rolls really well, but what I want to try to do is try to see if there's a way that I could use, because what I just saw a few videos is that some people manage to use like a motor of any pieces of like small motors or something, and they basically wedge between these things area here, and the batteries would be sitting on top here or hanging on the side. Now the problem is that I don't have no railing because there's nothing completely, because this is all things that folded. So the mainly is gonna be right over this area here. Now the chain, oh, my bike's about to fall, it's right here. So you can see these little mark. Wow. It's also got covered by this thing, so I might have to take this apart off. And the motor, it might be a little bit fat or small, depends of it, the range of it. I could try to see if I could wedge this thing between here, have something held onto this side and here, because I want the motor to be sticking out slightly, and use the motor of the end of it to basically push out inward without the chain and anything. So I think I see something like that, or there will be a motor sticking out and then there will be a second chain link into it, do the same thing, but it's just sticking out. I want it to be more way to be stuck inward, less big bulky size, and then the batteries will be sitting right on top of this, which is this is what it came with. Or I'm going to get probably different batteries or different type of basket or something, because I want to be able to use this as well. So it still has some good to it. So there may be a lot of things I got to change around in. I looked up from website that the tires, they have one that already have inward, it's like everything in one, of the wheels 20 inches, and that's like a $200, and that's like really, that's pretty costly just for the wheels and all the other few pieces. The battery itself costs about like 200, and it has to be mounted in some ways. So so this is kind of really fun to try. So what I'm gonna plan to do is get a motor, controllers, a throttle, the things where it's gonna be right here. I'm still gonna keep the brakes because it's right here on the front. That's the only thing I have. This has one brake alone. The motor will be sticking somewhere, ideally whatever this area here, and then the main connection, the batteries might be sitting somewhere. So it might be a 2 batteries, bulky size batteries. So I think the downside is it's going to be sitting right up top here, and then the controllers itself will sit somewhere in a nice protected little case, and then the wires will go inward, zip tied this, because I want to be able to still fold these, making sure they're all, you know, as I said, this is a folded bike. It's not an actual like a bike you could mainly easier than this one you could use, and these has everything. So I'm talking about this kind of bike with this, like, just this nothing completely held in. All this is right onto this one side, that back there. So I'm gonna try. As I said, I want to be able to take this apart off without permanently and still use this as a regular bike. I don't want to like destroy it. I want to be able to solve these things. So that's really what I want to try to do. I want to learn as much as I can about electrical bike and riding it, because I do live in this very high hills, steep hills. I mean, I do pedal. It was really rough riding on the street when it's like high hills, big hills, I mean, completely. So, and it does help me a little bit more to pick up the speed a little bit better. I'm Casely607, and yeah, I hope you guys really just stick around to see what I'm gonna do with this bike, because I think I learned well enough I could actually do this. It looks very easy.